All right, this is how to do the AC method. This was in section 2.8. Step number 1, multiply A times C. So 3 times negative 10 is negative 30. Step number 2, figure out what multiplies to make negative 30, but adds to make 1. So I'll use my green sheet, and I'll tell you that's 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. And then if I used my yellow sheet, I would know that these had to be negative because I need it to be a negative 30, but add to make positive 1, so the big number has to be positive. And then looking at that, I can see that negative 5 plus 6 makes positive 1, and negative 5 times 6 makes negative 30. If this was an A equals 1 problem, we'd be done. Unfortunately, we aren't. So we have to go on to step 3, which is split B. So we have 3x squared, that's in the front, negative 10, that's in the back. And what I mean by split B is we're going to rewrite it with negative 5x and a 6x, always with the plus in the middle. So if 6 had been negative, you would have put a negative there with the plus as well. Split B and add parentheses. Okay, so now we're at the next step, and we are going to do step 4, which is find the greatest common factor between the parentheses. Because before, up here, these two had an x in common, and that was it. But what we've done here is now we forced these two to have something in common and these two to have something in common. So if you look for this first one, they both can be divided by 1, and they can both have an x. So we're going to divide everything by 1x. 3 divided by 1 is 3. 2 x's take out 1 x is x. Negative 5 divided by 1 is negative 5. And 1x divide out 1x is nothing. It's gone. And then if you looked at your green sheet, you would see that both of these have a 2. So their greatest common factor is a 2. So we want to divide out a 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and you still have an x. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. And I know I did it right because what's left over in here matches. And so lastly, step 5 says, and I guess I shouldn't say what's left over, it says put the matches in the front, factor out the matching, 3x minus 5. And if you were to delete those, you would see that what we had left is 1x plus 2. And that is your answer. So you can watch this video on the next problem. There's also another video where they do it with the x method, but this should help you out. Good luck.